Low float MRIN is up a massive 127% in the pre-market session of today, the 6th of May 2025. We haven't really found any news. It's just the old news and that about its delinquent from 10K disclosure. The company got a notice from NASDAQ, and that notice period ends by the 16th of June of this year, 2025. They have up to that time to submit a plan to regain compliance with respect to that delinquent disclosure. And at the same time, as well, before then, the company reported the company's board had approved the voluntary liquidation and dissolution of the company and adopted a plan of liquidation and dissolution subject to their stockholders' approval. Okay. So if the stockholders approve the dissolution, the company will proceed with the dissolution in accordance with the plan of dissolution. The company's common stock will be delisted from Nasdaq. So these are some of the things you have to have in mind. We haven't seen any fresh news. There might be some fresh news. We haven't seen anything. It's a low float stock. I didn't mention that. I did. I up you can see 141.63%. We don't exactly know what's going on, but it's printing. This is now an intraday high of 1.54, and if you take that value 1.54 and then you take this low of 1.208, you have a difference of 0.34 roughly, or we could say 0.33. You multiply that by 1.618 extension level, you have okay, add that to the current price of 1.51. You have an upper projection of 2.04. 2.04 is what we have. 2.04. And then let's try again. Multiply 0.33 multiplied by 2.618. You add that to the current price of 1.62. You have 2.48. Yeah. Multiplied by 3.618 extension level. Okay, 2.82. So we have so far we have projections 2.04, 2.48, 2.82. There's absolutely no guarantee that those will print. There's no guarantee that those will print. You can see here now we have let's see now. Let's see where those fit in. 2.04 is what we have. That 2.04 is right over here. This last time it printed this sort of price, that sort of price was not very long ago. And what do we have in terms of probability moving averages? Okay, we have this if you on the aggregate, the probability of it printing 2.04 on the aggregate. Okay, let's say 2.0, let's see 2.06, for instance. The likelihood of that happening 2.06, the probability of that happening on the aggregate, that is if you just consider all the moving averages we have here, that is the 10, the 21, 40, and the 200 period moving averages, an aggregate of all of them. If it's possible, let's just assume that it's a possible. You can if assume let's assume that's a good way to look at it. Then you have a probability that is probably more than 50% that it can print 2.04, 2.06. After that, all the other projections 2.48. 2.48. Let's have a look. Let's see when it printed such projections last. Let's see 2.48. 2.48. You're talking about sometime sometime last year or thereabout. 2.48, 2.33. So it's looking very remote, looking quite remote. Yeah, but at least 2.06, that probability is there. That probability is there. Most certainly, more than 50% that it can do that. So up, as you can see, 152.68%. Intraday high now $1.8. Yeah, see this massive candle. There's a good chance we're going to see a pullback, and especially because of the fact that the prices. This is a 1 hour chart, especially because of the fact that because it's trading right outside of its price channel. It expect a pullback to occur. And let's quickly come down here. You can see, based on what's going on here as well, we have extrapolation to the upside in terms of all of its 10 and 21 period moving averages. Momentum is expected to weaken, but it's still also looking. Momentum is expected to weaken, but the probability it's also here. We can sometimes you can read the probabilities based on the strength of these PP1 PPM values. You can see 104.811. It's indicating that it's the probability of it dropping below its 10 period moving average is quite slim, quite slim. So the probability that it's going to hold up above its 10 period moving average is looking very high. I think as things stand right here, not right now, but they will also have negative values indicating that caution is pretty much warranted. So this you can see this is the extrapolation of the momentum, indicating that it's going to weaken naturally. Naturally, this is it's round up a huge gain now, 152.68%. So let's see whether we can extrapolate the price of the stock and see where it's going to where it's going to go to. Let's see. Let's do the extrapolation for the 10 period for the price itself. Yeah, let's see. Let's extrapolate future prices. Just a simulation. Okay, yeah. Naturally, you wouldn't expect it to continue to print higher highs. So it's expected that it's going to come down and trade into the wedge that has been formed by the extrapolation of the 10 and 21 period moving averages. But you can see it's also saying the same thing. It's indicating that it's going to, in the short term at least, up till when? Up till Monday, the 12th of May. It's expected that by then it will be okay. It will maybe be okay. Well, that's not what we're talking about. Sorry. Yeah, that's the probability I talked about is for it to drop, probability of it dropping below the current 10 period moving average is not is very 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 slim. That probability doesn't concern extrapolated figures. So I was going to mix the two figures, mix the two things up. But no, those probabilities are based on how things are right now, not for the future. You know. So this is what's going on. Consolidation is expected in the coming hours for MRIN. Let's see now whether we can see if anything has popped up in terms of news. Nothing has popped up. Power has popped up. Still the same old thing. Yeah. Let's see how much it has gained. 452.68. Yeah. So just have a look and just see what you make of MRIN. Just be careful. It has run up a huge amount of gain. There's no guarantee that it will continue to do so. There's no guarantee that it's going to print higher prices, even though we have projections all the way towards 2.04, 2.48, 2.82. I just showed you that the probability of it printing 2.04 is there. The probability of it printing 2.48 is not quite remote. And then indeed also 2.82 looks quite remote, that those probabilities will print. Yeah. Okay, just see what you make of MRIN showing strength within a longer term Let's see what's the underlying trend. Let's have a look at the daily chart. Yeah, showing strength within a longer term bearish trend. It's 200-day moving average is sloping bearishly lower. Yeah, okay. So thank you very much for watching this video.